Any results back from Cade Horton's MRI?
Yeah, Cade is, we get bad news. Cade is going to have surgery. He's going to miss the rest of the year. So there's damage to the elbow, UCL damage. The exact surgery is they'll find out when they do the surgery. But bad news.
So it's not a tummy ground?
Yeah, it's just they go in and, they kind of determine the damage when they go in there. Yeah.
I guess just how are you processing? I know you mentioned when it happened, like wanting the full scope of the injury. Just
yeah, I mean, first of all, feel for Cade, and these things get thrown in front of you that are big, and you have to, and processing it on a day like today for Cade is really hard, because there's you just start to look at what's ahead of you, and there's a lot of long days of some monotonous work ahead of you, and that's the first thing you kind of do, I think, as an athlete, is start to think about the work ahead that you got, and I think it makes you trying to cherish the good days that you have and understand that we don't get all good days. And this certainly isn't one of them for Cade. So, from a team perspective, we have to look at these as, someone else is going to get a chance. And there's, going to be opportunity for someone else to prove, they can be a part of a great baseball team. Yeah, I mean, you just do. That's how this works, is that someone's going to get an opportunity, and I guess, kind of directly, it's, Colin's going to be asked to pitch more innings than out of the bullpen, and then somebody's going to take Colin's bullpen innings. That's how it's going to be, I want to say on paper, fixed. That's how it's going to be kind of addressed on paper. But it's not all on Colin, or it's not all on the guy that replaces Colin in the bullpen. It's, we all have to just do our part. And that's what you do. You just do your part. And that doesn't, we've got opportunity ahead of us. And that's how you look at it. Yeah, I talked to Cade this afternoon, or he saw the doctor in Dallas this morning. So, I think, kind of as discussed before, it's you put your head to, like, what's next, and you're just disappointed. I mean, the fun thing we get to do is compete. That's the other stuff. All the preparation to compete, is fun, and it's part of the kind of grind of your job. But you got to do the grind of your job kind of without the fun, and I think that's always the hard part. But in a lot of ways, Cade is wired to be successful here, because it's just who he is, and he will be successful at it. And we're going to miss him this year, but no, he'll be back as strong as ever.
So he got news yesterday from one MRI, he got second.
Yeah, I mean, I think, this was a situation from the start. Like, he was going to get multiple opinions, kind of no matter what. So, yeah.
There's been no date set for surgery?
No. It won't be this week. Yeah, so there's damage to the UCL. my understanding is that that the MRI tells you some things, it doesn't tell you everything, and so that when they do the surgery, they determine the type of. There's these words that I don't want to get mixed up. There's repair, I don't. There's exactly so. When they go in, they'll decide what they have. The doctor will decide what he has to do.
In terms of the damage to the UCL itself, do they say it's a full repair?
I don't think that's what they figure out when they go inside.